Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a wonderful show for you today. We're going to start out with our news partner, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. Joining us is Erin Gallagher. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're pleased to have you. So, ready or not, it's time to talk holiday preparations.
Absolutely. And, it's a time of the year that we get very excited. It's an opportunity for us to really reach out and help a lot of our kids at the club. I mean, we serve over 3,000 kids throughout Dane County, so it's an opportunity for us to step back and go, okay, how can we really partner with our community to make sure that all kids have a great holiday?
Absolutely, very important. And we'll get to some more specifics about that in just a second. But first, tell viewers at home a little bit more about what you do for Boys and Girls Club.
Right. Well, my official role is Director of Development, but in the world of development, we wear many hats. And my role basically is to make sure that resources continue to come into the Boys and Girls Club so we can continue to run high-quality programs and make sure that our kids have the resources and the funding to be able to thrive and continue to grow in our clubs.
Absolutely. Well, that's very important stuff. And let's get back to the holidays for a second, because
Yes.
this is important. As you mentioned, there's a lot of preparation that goes into this, I have to imagine. So how does the Boys and Girls Club prepare members specifically for the holidays?
Well, I think that's pretty easy. Kids get excited about holidays, and we feel like I mentioned before, every child should have a great holiday. But we have several events. I know our club directors do a great job of getting kids excited and ready for holidays, and in making sure there's events and opportunities for them to be out in the community to celebrate the holidays with community partners and folks throughout our Dane County. We actually have two events on the docket as of right now. One is November 25th. We're actually having a Thanksgiving community dinner. We're serving our children and their families, but also we want to be able to reach out and give at least 100 families Thanksgiving Day baskets so that they can prepare a meal for their family on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The other event is December 17th. We have a holiday wrapping party where it's a great opportunity for volunteers to come out and help us wrap gifts that eventually go to our kids before the holiday as well.
Well, that sounds like a fun activity to get involved in, and the great one for Thanksgiving too.
Absolutely.
Very important stuff.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that there's volunteers that come help wrap gifts. I'm sure you need volunteers for the Thanksgiving. I imagine this is a big event.
Yes.
So how do volunteers go about getting involved if that's something that you want to do?
Absolutely. They can go to our website, and that's www.bgcdc.org, and or you can call us at 608-257-2606 and ask for our volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
And or call the development office or myself. We'll make sure that we direct you to the person that you can get the information from. But it's a great opportunity. We're also it's a time of year where we're looking to still raise funds so our kids can benefit from that as well. So the holidays has a lot of different meaning to it, but one is to be there for our community and be there for our kids to make sure that everybody has a great holiday.
Okay, wonderful. So in addition to actually volunteering, there's also a financial need there too.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So folks can donate, if
Absolutely.
they can't donate their time, they can always donate money.
Absolutely,
well.
and again, just go to our website and there's resources and a donation mechanism that you can donate to the Boys and Girls Club for the holidays.
Okay. And is there anything else that you want to share? We've got just a little bit of time left.
Yeah, well, it's the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, I always encourage people, and I always love telling the story about what we do, but we do so many things for kids in this community, from educational programs to our creative and performing arts programs. Our club is just, it's a mecca of just social interaction where kids can come to a safe place, be engaged with their friends, be engaged with the great staff, and know that they're at a safe, nurturing environment. And I've loved working here. I'm going on my third year, so again, we encourage people to open up their hearts this holiday season to really help a lot of young people in this community.
Absolutely, and we've had some of the other sectors, I guess, of your organization on the show, and you guys just do outstanding things in all aspects, all areas of your work, so we thank you for that.
Thank you.
And get involved for the holiday season. There's a lot of need right now, so go to the website, give them a call. This is Karen Gallagher of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, part of our news partner here on Talk of the Town, and we have a great show for you coming up. We're just getting started, so stick around. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Ready or not, winter is coming, so we're going to talk skiing and snowboarding for the winter season. And who better to do that with than Don McKay, who joins us as General Manager of Tyrol Basin Ski and Snowboard Area. Welcome.
Well, good morning, Chessa.
So glad to have you.
Well,
Fun
thank you.
topic as we get a little bit cooler in the weather, and I'm excited to learn a little bit more about what you guys do over there. So talk to us first of all. Are you guys thinking about opening? When is that expected to be open?
Our target date is always the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Usually we open then, sometime sooner.
So you could possibly open soon. It probably depends on the weather, of course. And but that's a fun day after Thanksgiving activity. Hit the slopes instead of the shops, right?
Well, you got to work off all that turkey dinner.
That's right. Absolutely. You sure do. So do you rely then on Mother Nature as far as, often snowmobiling and cross-country skiing, we need the snow. Is that something that you're waiting on?
Well, we love natural snow, but we plan on making all the snow that we need. And then if we get natural snow, that's a bonus. So we always have snow to play on in our backyard.
Okay, great. So we don't need to wait for a good snow. It's always snow season over there once you're open. And then for folks who maybe are not the best skiers and snowboarders, or maybe haven't even ever tried it, do you have lessons that you offer for folks?
Certainly. We offer lessons for all ability levels, all ages in both skiing and snowboarding, right from 3-year-olds on right up to octogenarians.
Okay, so you have lessons even for young children.
Yes, we have a preschool ski school program for 3 to 5 years old. That's really cute.
Yeah.
And our children's ski school program on the weekends for kids from 4 to 10.
I love the rhyming to preschool ski school. That's cute. Very cute name. I love it. So tell folks, if they haven't been out to see you yet, where they can find you. Where are you located?
Well, we're located just north of Mount Horeb and about 20 miles west of Madison.
Okay, very good. Great location. And then what other kinds of opportunities do you have for people to get out and have some fun on the slopes?
Well, we offer a wide variety of special events and racing programs, and we're known as one of the top freestyle ski areas in the Midwest. So depending on whether you're just planning on cruising the slopes or feel the need for speed, we have programs for just about everybody.
Excellent. And talk to us a little bit about, so you're the general manager over there, correct?
Yes.
How did you get into this profession? What brought you to skiing and snowboarding?
Well, I actually grew up in western New York State and grew up about 3 miles from 3 ski resorts. So when I was in high school, it seemed natural just to start getting my first job at a ski area like many of the kids in the Mount Horeb and western Dane County do, working for us.
Okay, so you've been at this for a while. Are you a pretty good skier yourself?
Well, I managed to make it down the slope most of the time without falling.
Very good. Very good. Do you have any advice to offer folks who are watching who maybe haven't been out skiing or snowboarding for a while that want to get back into it or have never done it?
Well, if you've never skied or snowboarded before, take a lesson. Don't let your friends or your significant other teach you how if you want to stay friends.
Yeah.
We have lots of pros that are happy to teach you a lesson. We offer free lessons for first-time beginners.
Oh, that's nice to know. So you can actually come out and get a free lesson just to get you started. And then, if you enjoy it, keep on taking some lessons and you'll have us swooshing down the slopes in no time like the pros, right?
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, super exciting stuff. And I know you're probably getting excited to get opened. Is there a lot of planning right now that you guys are doing in preparation for opening day?
Well, we start getting ready about the day after we close from last season. But this time of year, yeah, we're busy scurrying around. Scurrying around.
Right, yes. Quickly moving around.
We're busy scurrying around. We're busy getting ready. We got the lifts, the slopes, the lighting, the snowmaking equipment. Everything needs to be prepped and prepared for that first cold night and the first day we get people out on the slopes to have fun.
There's a lot that goes into it. So we get a little sneak peek behind the scenes information before we can get out there on opening day. And is that day just wild, the first day that you open?
We hope so.
You hope so, yeah. And does it progress throughout the season? Do you tend to get busier and busier? What's your peak?
January is usually our peak month, but any time between Christmas and early March is a great time to come out. We're 100% open. You almost always have great snow, thanks to snowmaking.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to come out any time during the winter.
Lovely family event while you've got folks in town, and maybe you can get the little ones out there on skis and a lesson. So very fun stuff. So Tyrol Basin Ski and Snowboard area and General Manager Don McKay, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Jessica.
Greatly appreciate it. Well, we've got sports of all kinds upon us right now. After the break, we're actually going to talk to the Sport and Spine Clinic of Madison about preventing injuries. So stay tuned for more Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Well, we were just talking about skiing and snowboarding, so our next guest comes at perfect timing. This is Joe Steingraeber, who joins us from the Sport and Spine Clinic of Madison. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Tessa.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, appreciate the invitation. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're actually going to talk today about preventing injury. So this is good timing, not only because of our last guest, but also there's lots of sports. The sports season is among us. Football is, we're getting into the playoff season, and all kinds of different things that folks are getting into. So let's talk a little bit about physical therapy and what you guys do there. So just real quick, if we're wanting to see a doctor, talk to us a little bit about that process and what that looks like as far as physical therapy is concerned.
Well, in terms of coming into physical therapy, you can definitely come from your doctor, get a prescription, a referral, from your primary care doctor, or if you have a diagnosed injury, certainly, getting some more information, imaging, whatever that may hold. Maybe you've seen an orthopedic surgeon in that regard. But certainly, you can also come without a doctor's referral, which not a lot of people know about. And this has been available actually for quite a period of time, 10 to 15 years here in Wisconsin, and it varies from state to state. But you don't always need a referral. You can just come, call up a physical therapy clinic and say, I want to come, start some physical therapy, get some ideas, whether that is for an injury or to, maybe try to prevent something that may be coming down the line for you if you've got some weakness or want to work on some stretching, strengthening activities from a chronic or a problem that you might have that's slowly lingering or keep you from coming on in the future.
Okay. So I bet folks at home want to know, if you've never been to a physical therapist before, does it hurt? Are you going to make us hurt?
I try not to make you hurt.
Okay.
I mean, most of the time when people come see me, they're already in pain. So I don't want to put people in more pain. And I think that is a pretty common misconception we get a little bit. There are some times where we have to push and try to stretch things so that you do improve and do get better, so that you can do the things you want to do. But certainly my objective is not to make you hurt. And if you are in pain, certainly there are a lot of things we can do to try to help with that pain at the same time.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about length of time. How long does a person generally come to physical therapy?
It can vary. Sometimes after an orthopedic surgery, say I have a patient who I see for an ACL rehabilitation right now, and I've been seeing him for close to 3 months now, and probably will see him upwards of 6 months, but not on a regular weekly visit type of thing.
Okay.
But that's probably definitely the longer term end of things, but probably somewhere between, on an average, 4 to 8 visits would probably be a good length of time. And that time frame can then just vary. And that's something to work out between you and your physical therapist, to talk to them about, your time schedule, your financial constraints. We definitely want to be a partner with you in your plan of care and your healing process, and everybody collaborate together
Okay.
to try to figure that out. But probably 4 to 8 visits on an average of maybe 2 months.
Okay. Just a very case by case specific.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you exact
No, that's
specific
helpful though.
numbers
That's
and things,
helpful
but-
to, even some of those tougher injuries, it's not years of
Right.
physical therapy.
No.
So that's
And
nice to know.
To be honest, I usually will tell my patients, I want to see you walk out that door and not come back, because that means you are hopefully better and you don't need
Right.
my
It worked.
services anymore, and what we did worked, and
Yeah.
you are better for the long run,
Yeah.
not just now, but in the future as well.
Right. One of the few professions you don't want repeat business.
Exactly. Repeat offenders are not a positive thing.
That's funny. Let's talk a little bit about insurance.
Okay.
So what if my insurance isn't going to cover this care?
Most insurances do cover physical therapy.
Okay.
Where you go, that's probably more the issue. Whether it is one of the larger HMOs here in Madison, Unity, Group Health, Dean, or Physicians Plus, that will kind of dictate where you go get care. So my best advice to you, if you're wondering, do you take my insurance, is I would call up the clinic that you're wanting to go to and just ask them straight up, or go online through your provider website and see if the clinic you want to go to is a provider. But most insurances do take physical therapy. And then getting back to the initial question about the referral and whether you need to see a doctor or not, most insurances will cover physical therapy without the referral. Some require it though, so you got to keep the insurance company happy at the same time.
Right.
And those
absolutely.
folks with Medicare, you do need a referral from your physician. So.
Okay. Well, all really good information. Very helpful, Joe. Thank
Super.
you very much. And we'll look for you out at Sport and Spine Clinic of Madison. Thank you so much for the advice and
You're welcome.
tips and interesting stuff. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, after the break, if you've ever thought about music lessons for yourself or for your children, you don't want to miss our next segment. Stick around for more Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have a very special guest joining us now from Academy of Sound. Her name is Erin Peterson. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you do. First, just kind of do that for us. If you would give us an overview.
Sure. Well, Academy of Sound is a performing arts school, and so basically we teach kids and adults to perform musically, whether that's on a stage with a spotlight or just sort of for themselves as a hobby. That's what we do.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been in business?
I opened my first studio in 2003. It was Erin's piano studio at the time, and then it grew into Academy of Sound, and we've been Academy of Sound since 2007.
Wonderful. So I was saying before the break that we were going to talk a little bit about music lessons for both kids and adults.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about, let's talk children's lessons first. How does a parent know if their child is ready for like a private music lesson?
Sure. Well, we kind of believe that all children can benefit from some kind of private music instruction. But the signs are usually pretty obvious. Is your kid singing along to every song that they're hearing? Are they memorizing the songs and singing them even when the songs aren't playing on the radio? Is it hard for them to walk by a piano without touching it? Signs like that mean that they probably are ready. And also we have some prerequisites for our young beginners too, to have them be able to sit for a 30-minute lesson and be able to have that attention span and things like that.
So there's some signs if they just can't leave something alone, they're just ready to get started. That's a cute thing to look for. What about how long, what kind of commitment do you think is recommended for people just getting started, for beginners?
We highly recommend 2 years to start with, because it really isn't until that point that you start to grasp the basic concepts to be able to take it to the next level and maybe venture into other instruments at that point too. So we do strongly recommend a 2-year commitment right up front.
Yeah. Well, some of those early parts are probably, somewhat frustrating as you're learning anything new. So you kind of got to get over the hump to where
Exactly.
you've got some basics, and then it becomes really fun.
Yep.
So, and I know some places require piano lessons first. Talk to me about that. Is that something that you do as well?
Well, we recommend piano lessons first, especially for young beginners, before they would try out, say, guitar or voice, just because piano gives a great overall view of music as a whole. We don't require it, though. So if we have like a 13-year-old who just wants to come in and take off doing the drums, we do that. You don't have to have piano ahead of time.
Okay, interesting. So you've got folks on staff that, other than yourself, that do lessons. How many teachers do you have?
We have 9 plus myself right now, and so coming from a variety of backgrounds, education backgrounds and performance backgrounds, and we're teaching, you know, all kinds of instruments too: piano, voice, guitar, drum set, band instruments, voice.
Yeah, lots of great things to try out. Let's talk a little bit about adult lessons. So how long do you think, you mentioned piano is a good starting point. If an adult wants to come and learn piano, how long do you think it takes for an adult to learn to play piano?
Well, there's a long answer and a short answer to that question. The short answer is that in general, about 2 to 5 years. And I know that's quite a range, and really within that range and outside of that range, it's going to depend on how much time you're spending practicing. In particular, practicing the way your teacher tells you to practice. So there's, you know, different drills and things that you do on the piano that really help. And you have to do those things even though they're kind of boring. In order to get ahead to the next step and progress.
Absolutely, just like a sport, right? You got to kind of do some of those basic building block fundamental pieces.
Yeah, it's a lot like sports actually, with the muscle memory thing with your fingers and the way the hand-eye coordination works. Again, the more you do that, the faster you're going to be moving on to the next thing. So, but in general, for adults, 2 to 5 years of hard study of the piano.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can play piano that quickly, let's do it. Talk to me about folks at home, if you're watching, if they get signed up, how do they register? Is that a registration process?
Sure. Yeah, we have our registration online, so academyofsound.org. You can go to that anytime, and we've got all of our openings there. In addition to our regular openings that are like a full school year commitment, we also have packages for busy adults. So they can choose, like, it's kind of like a punch card where you can choose, like, say, 6-hour-long lessons, and you can use them up at your convenience, and then you can add more when you're done, or you can become a regular student after that. So all of that is on our website if people are interested in checking it out.
Neat. Very cool stuff. So some great lessons for adults that can come in and learn something new, even as an adult. And for kids, what a great thing to get them involved in music and get a little bit of that discipline that it takes too. So Erin Peterson, thank you so very much for the information and tips for us from Academy of Sound. Go ahead and check out their website, and we appreciate you joining us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to all of our guests. That's it for us for Talk of the Town today. Thank you so much for watching. Please join us next time.